Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the My Tribe podcast, coming to you live from the My Tribe headquarters and studio in Pompano Beach. We are here today to talk to you guys about, we talked a little bit about New Year's resolutions, we talked a little bit about what the word of the year is, and a lot of that stuff is adding and adding and adding. I want to talk about removing something. Everybody talks about adding a new habit. I'm going to read, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to add a new routine, I'm going to add a new workout. But not often are we talking about when we're removing things in our life that are creating weaknesses, that are making us the less optimal version of ourselves. And I found that by removing some things, it's given me a lot of clarity in my life. So before we get there, listen, I want to give you guys like a real example, like one that I'm actually going through right now. So what I've been doing, I've been blessed to about every month or so, I pretty much give one thing up. And I want to see what my life is without it. Because as I look at my life, I reflect on the days, the weeks, I reflect on my day. And as I'm reflecting on that day, I'm looking, okay, where are the weak points? where did I slip up? Where did I let myself cheat or something of that nature? And but because our days make up our weeks make up our months make up our year. So add all those years together, you got a life. So it really all the way comes down to our day. When I look at my day, where was I cheating? Where was I allowing myself to slip up? It was around what's called additions to lunch, additions to food. I go to the grocery store, it's a Sunday, let me throw that bag of chips in here, that'd be nice for today. Then that bleeds into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, okay, well, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I don't have any chips yet, but now Sunday comes, boom, we're in it again. So that I like a potato chip every once in a while. So I guess removing it from my life and choosing when I look at my day and say, all right, that's something I don't love. That's something is an easy thing that can be replaced in my life would be better. That's essentially what I'm looking for when I'm looking to give one thing up. So as I'm giving up that one thing, I want to say, all right, well, what thoughts come up? Like when I think about them. And is it like addictive thoughts? Is it excitement? Is it something that brings me a dopamine hit? What replaces it? Instead of chips, is it French fries? Instead of chips, is it instead of French fries, or is it grapes? Is it an apple? What can I do when I look at my day as I'm taking that one thing up? What is it? Like today, it was grapes and an apple. I had grapes with my first meal and apples with my second. So yes, I'm super, super grateful that I got to give up potato chips for this month. Otherwise, it'd be potato chip and potato chip. Added carbs, added fats, all processed crap that I do not need, I do not want. Also, so that it rolls right into what are the benefits? So as I'm replacing it, I'm finding that I like to have something that complements my sandwich as I'm eating lunch. Okay, well, what can I do to replace it and also get the benefits of the replacement, so to say? So a good replacement would be those apples or grapes, but a bad replacement would be French fries. So, because I allow myself to not only, I'll remove the chips, but it's not all carbs. It's not all bad carbs. It's not all processed carbs, because for this month of time, there's a starting point and there's an end point. And I know if I'm able to say, all right, if I just remove chips right there, I can still have the French fry, I can still have the pizza at some point on a cheat day on a Saturday, but we're not crazy. And what that helps me to do is assess my relationship to the one thing as I'm giving up that one thing. So giving up the one thing really, really helps me in a sense of well, when I reflect on my day, do I need that? I don't ever want to be dependent on an addiction, whether it be, I've actually given up weed for a good bit. When I start to feel like, okay, weed is serving me, it's great, it's awesome. And then now it's like, if I look at my day, am I proud of myself for smoking that joint at 3 p.m? So there was a time in my life where weed was very helpful and it served me well, and I'm blessed to be at a chapter where it's not. And it's not something, well, I would say back when it was serving me, I would be not dependent on it. I would prefer to do the dishes. I'd prefer to do this, X, Y, or Z. Like simple menial tasks. But realizing that, it created a kind of dependency that I really did not want. If it was every time I did the dishes, not dishes, but like every time a Sunday would come around, I'd do all my meal prep. Man, I can crush that shit with a little bit of a joint. Be nice and easy, it was great. But it wasn't me. It wasn't me. A mentor told me this. I'm like, yo, but I cook so good and I do this work so great. When I, a little something, he's like, but you're not doing the work. That's taking the credit for you. And it struck me. I'm like, you know what? That added a sense of pride to it for me of, you're right. Maybe I get it done. Maybe I get it done more efficiently. Maybe I get it done just for the sake of getting it done. Maybe I enjoy it a little bit more. I dance a little bit, shake a little, boom, boom, boom. But no, it's not me. It's another, something else, someone else is getting that done, and I want to be responsible for my victories. Period. End of statement. So getting back to removing one thing, as I've removed it, I've also like, hey, well, what's taking its place? What thoughts come up? And I realized like, man, that I like potato chips. I liked weed. And because I liked them so much is why it brought it to light of like, okay, well, these need to be removed. This is what it is for the month. I don't have to put a lot of thought. It is such a gut feeling when you know. Think about that right now. What is the one thing you need to remove in your life? What is that one thing? Yeah, it just came to you. It doesn't take a lot of thought. It's like, yo, I've had a habit, whatever it may be, whether it be, whatever it is. You know what it is. So I want to challenge you. This Saturday is a new month. This is February. You know, we just had dry January. And I'm not like looking for alcohol. I'm not looking for a big ask. Maybe it's just the Snickers at work, the one after lunch. You know, the one that you're like, oh man, that'd be it gets me through my afternoon. You know it's a vice. What is the one thing that you can remove from your life that would get you to a more optimal tomorrow? When you think about that, and I want to challenge you to remove it. Just for this February. It's the shortest month of the year. You could do it. Listen, you could do it. Trust me, you can do it. Because I literally, and again, it doesn't mean it's gone for your life forever. You just go to February 28th. Yeah, it's 28th this year. There's something that's the 29th. I don't know. But it's the 28th. It's just 28 days. You could do that shit. And assess it. At the end of it, if you still know that, all right, I'm still kind of like fiending for some weed or fiending for some potato chips, you have a meeting between you and say, is this the best thing for me? But at the end of that meeting, you'll have a meeting between two true versions of yourself. If I have a meeting with the old fiend for weed, like, bro, it does this, and this. That guy's making a strong case. But now that it's out of my system for at least 30 days, at least 28 in this case, now there's a version of me that's having this conversation coming from a much different place. Whether it be something as small as beer for wine, or weed for nothing, or potato chips. It could be something very simple, but I'm going to ask you to give up one thing on this road to becoming your most optimal self. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you very much, and stay tuned. Got a good one coming up this Sunday. My boy Noah from Nonstop is going to be on. Oh, I am so pumped. Make sure you have that subscribe button hit. And, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all very much.